Well, everybody, congratulations! We've achieved the all-time high again. It looks as though it's been done, and what's next? So, in my opinion, my humble opinion, a correction is long overdue, and the correction, we're better place to take that correction than once you've met the all-time high. Now, I have to say, not that this means a great deal, but the longs are still actually quite high on this. So there are people trying to push this up. I mean, it's still pretty high. It's not gone down a great deal. It was a lot higher than that earlier, I should say. It was like almost 80% long just on these three exchanges. So take that for what it's worth. But it is worth a little bit. And also, something that's worth noting is the dollar index, the DXY, has been so sad. It's just fallen down completely, and now it's reached the bottom of this zone, which it appears to be having a little bit of a bounce from. However, this is just a 4-hourly chart, and it's still extremely bearish, finding basically a rejection already on that center of that Bollinger Band here on the 4-hourly. It is a bearish chart, so this can go lower, and it probably will go lower, which will lend itself to Bitcoin's price going higher. But I'm going to show you a couple of things. So this is basically Bitcoin on the weekly. So the last high there, new high here, and a little dent in between. Now, don't be fooled, those of you who are watching this video know all about Bitcoin, I'm sure, but the price action in amongst all of this is highly volatile. I mean, that's massive, it's huge, and it's been huge already. We've done what, a 2x just in the last couple of months on Bitcoin, which takes a phenomenal amount of money. Not like trillions, but close, a lot of money. So one thing I was going to show you anyway is that last time we came out of here, we did consolidate. This is a completely different situation. This is the end of the last cycle, and the cycle ends with a downtrend spanning about a year, which will take place roughly around the end of next year. That's when we'll find a new all-time high, and we'll go massive. We'll explode, and then we'll consolidate thereafter. So we're not in the same situation as this, but we are in the same price. So this is the obvious place for people to take profits, and for perhaps maybe some people to take shorts. Now, we are quite, I wouldn't say overextended, but I was going to show you something interesting here. So the last time we came out of that consolidation phase here and started to reaccumulate here, and if we were to just copy the way that part looks, we can measure it up to this level zone here, where we saw there was a reaccumulation zone here. You could say that this is the reaccumulation zone here, and it kind of was, because this is the area of significance. Rejections here, supports on here, rejections, and basically dancing around just up and above that blue box territory. It's only very, very small, but it's roughly around about 9,000, trying to get towards the 10,000 milestone. So reaccumulation zone around this zone, around this level here, and then once that had finally been taken out and confirmed, and there's more to it than that, I can show you on the daily chart, then we rallied, and we've rallied all the way up to this, and it is definitely worth noting that this is very similar to that. And what is this going to likely mean? In my opinion, it will mean a consolidation similar, but not quite as long-lasting as this one. So what we'll do is we'll take a measurement from the top here, and this isn't exactly fair, because I don't think this area here, I'm pointing at the screen like you're actually in the room here, but this zone here, it doesn't really count. That was the March calamity. There's an argument, I would say, that we probably would have been where we are now earlier if it wasn't for that whole March event. So what I'll do is I'll measure it to this zone here where it looked as though we were picking up, and this is the kind of thing that I'm expecting to see happen with Bitcoin over the next, well, when would this end? May. So these things aren't supposed to be perfect, even though that first reaccumulation zone out of the old bear market has measured out quite well. This one will give us a rough idea of where we're looking to reaccumulate to, perhaps. Maybe not within this same time frame. I'd expect it would probably be a bit sooner than that we'll reaccumulate, consolidate and reaccumulate, but it gives us a rough idea of what sort of price we're looking to find ourselves bottom out at after this consolidation. So we'll go to the daily chart now, and we'll have a look at how this looks like, how it could possibly possibly play out. So again, this isn't how I'm expecting the consolidation to play out in time-wise, but in incremental steps, this is kind of how I'm expecting it to play out in general. You can probably condense this to maybe even a third of the time frame. It brings us to what I would say this zone here. This is the line, the trend line basically, that dictates a bull market. So underneath it is bearish, above it is bullish. Underneath it is bearish, above it is bullish. Underneath it, not, I would say bearish, but when you're above it, it's bullish. Now, do I think we're going to go below it? No, I don't. Not at this stage in the cycle. We've basically got 12 to 13 months before the end of the cycle, so I don't think that we're going to go below it again. Now, obviously, if we did go below it, it would be catastrophic, and it would run the risk of breaking the cycle, but the cycle's not been broken in 10 years, 11 years, so I don't think it's going to break now. Not with the amount of interest and people involved in it. I don't think it's going to break now. So, I'm not saying that this is the actual top. This could blow off, definitely, and if it did, that would be fine by me, because looking at the rest of this chart, what we see is the money flow index can explode still. The RSI certainly can explode. The MACD is turning up and can explode, so that we can surpass this, and it could even happen, in a blink of an eye. It could happen tonight, could happen tomorrow, could happen next week, but the consolidation thereafter is going to take on that shape and will bring us down to this level. It has to happen. Can't just keep going up. It will have to happen at some point. Now, I did say, it was easier to spot this top, definitely, because there was a lot of other indicators to spot that this was the top. I did not expect this to continue all the way up so fast, so that took me off guard. I had a few short entries around this level, and I eventually flipped long when we broke above this blue box territory. Excuse me, this blue box territory here. That's where I went long, because I was like, well, this is the resistance zone. If we break that, there's nothing above us. This is where I'll go long, and so I did go long. Essentially, just making up some of the losses from the shorts and things that I've been trying to take. That am I going to try and short this right now? Now, I've learnt my lesson. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the consolidation to essentially be confirmed. And the confirmation of that consolidation for me will be going beneath these moving averages, the 7 simple, the 10 exponential, and finding rejection on the daily. And it's as simple as that. Once we start to see that, then yeah, it would be a matter of, if you wanted to, you could take some shorts and go long, but it would be a consolidation that will take likely, a month or 6 weeks or so. But has it been confirmed yet? No. But would this be a nice area to get in on that? Yeah, it could be, definitely. It's the obvious place to go for it, definitely. But can it explode and go higher? Definitely it can, because these other indicators suggest that it can, and it could, and it might even do that. But the rest of the rest of the chart suggests that whether or not it does go up another 1,000 or 2,000, it will come back down in a consolidation phase. The earliest I'd expect it to be bought back up would be around these zones where it was bought up just recently, but consolidation, once it gains momentum, will likely take place over a longer period of time. Not a quick dump like what we saw the other day, but a significant sort of trickle down into these levels, buys and dips and troughs, finding our way down to this crucial zone here, which it's not a ballpark figure. I can't give you an exact figure because it kind of goes up, but it is a very long and slow. So roughly we're talking about 13,000, and if we're talking about into next year, we'll be talking 13,400. So that would be the zone, and that would kind of be roughly where the 200 the 20 simple moving average would be on the weekly as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. So it's short and sweet, but one other thing I'll briefly mention is that we have only a few hours left if you wanted to pick up these bots. The bots that we've been playing with, 30% off Black Friday. It's still going until, well, the next few hours. So this will be your offer. This will be your chance to get involved and pick these up at a nice price. You can obviously do it monthly, and you'll get 30% off for that month. But it'll be much better if you went for the annual subscription at 30% off. I've been using these bots now for about a month or 6 weeks or so, and every single one of them has made money. Even in the downtrend, that big dump that we had, they even made money in that. So it's not a get rich quick bot. I don't think there is one of those. What it is a consistent earning bot. And if we are about to enter a downtrend and you're mostly a spot holder or a hodler, maybe you would consider using a bot to basically profit from your bags. Basically, if you've got Bitcoin, you're not going to sell it, you could throw it into the bot, and the bot will chew it up basically for you, and basically make consistent income through whatever it is that you're looking to hold. Anyway, I've got tutorials on that if you want to look at it. Otherwise, I'll leave it with you there. Hope you have a nice evening. Congratulations. Take it easy.